isn't the case, isn't it the point that you have laid yourself open to that accusation in the manner in which you've conducted this war? 85% of Gaza's population have been displaced. The World Food Programme has said that 80% of the most hungry people in the world right now are in Gaza. That directly arises from the way in which you have prosecuted not just the war, but the way in which you have dealt with the humanitarian situation in Gaza. This was not the only way you could have conducted this war. That is the point. There were other options to you. You have not availed yourself of those options.
Well, with your permission, I'll address what you raised in your question. It's true
Please.
that a large proportion, 85% of the population has been displaced, but why were they displaced? Because we asked them to leave areas of combat so they'd get out of harm's way. That has been documented.
And 20,000 Gazans have died. Over 20,000.
Well, those are Hamas's figures. They don't say how many of them are combatants, how many of them are civilians. They want you to believe, and South Africa in the court wants you to believe that they're all innocent civilians when that's clearly not true.
But there will be many innocent civilians, will there not?
Well, can you name, Lewis, and you're a student of history, can you tell me one war in modern history where civilians haven't been caught up in the crossfire?
No, but I can't.
Are you not holding,
not
holding Israel to a standard that no one else is held to?
No, I'm holding you to a standard that is that of a modern state, democratic state, and that is better than Hamas and better than others who would seek to attack Israel. And I can't think, I have to say, of a war in which 85% of people, 85% of a whole population have been displaced. I can't think of a war where over 100 journalists have been killed in only 3 months. I can't think of a war I can't think of a war, and that's from the American Committee to Protect Journalists figures, by the way, they're not my figures, and I can't think of a war so many journalists have been killed in such a short period. More journalists have been killed in 3 months of Israel's war on Gaza than in all of World War II or the Vietnam War. In 2022, which is when the invasion happened, 15 journalists and media workers were killed in Ukraine. In the whole of 2022, over 100 have died in 3 months. That is, I mean, the journalists are just a small part of all of this, but that is a sign of just how profound and totalizing Israel's action against the civilian population of Gaza has been.
Israel's operation is against the Hamas military machine. It's not against the civilians.
But the result, whether you say that it is against them or otherwise, the result is the same. The result has been the same.
You're making a logical fallacy here. You're saying all the civilian deaths in Gaza are on Israel's hands. That's 100% not true.
Well, they wouldn't be dead if it wasn't for Israeli rockets.